Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cameron. So as you can see by the title, I have another video for my truth series on my channel. The truth about being in your early 20s. So this video is for all the people who are in their late teens, like 17, 18, 19, and you want to know what it's going to be like being in your early 20s. And of course, everybody's experience is different. Just because I say these things in this video doesn't mean you're necessarily going to experience it. This is just coming from my experience and coming from the people that I talk to, people that I interact with. These are the things that they have gone through, people who are in their early 20s. So if you don't know, I'm 22, been 22 for officially 2.5 months now. This video is going to show you what that's really like, being in your early 20s. So before we get into this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, share the video, and turn on post notifications so you be notified whenever I post a new video. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So being in your early 20s, it can be a very fun time as well as a very challenging time at the same time. It's like you have like a magnifying glass on you or like a telescope, and there's like a lot of pressure on you. Everybody's looking at you. Everybody wants to know what you're doing. Everybody wants to know what your next move is going to be. And you just feel like you got to figure it all out at once. And now that I'm a senior in college and I'm going to be graduating in 2 months, people are like wondering what I'm going to do after college. And I think that's for most seniors in college. Every time you see any family member or even some classmates who are also seniors asking like, so what are you going to do after college? What are you going to do after you graduate? What are you going to do for a job? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And it's like, oh gosh, like get off me, get off my back. People just want to know what type of plan you have for your life and what you're gonna do. They just want to fill you out, be nosy. That's really what they want to do. And speaking of nosy, people are very, very nosy about your life in your early 20s. Like very nosy. Like, what are you doing for this? What are you gonna do for that? What are you gonna do for this? What are you gonna do for that? Sorry if y'all can hear that bird in the back. Oh my gosh, this literally never happened before. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry if you can hear it. I'm sorry if that's distracting, because I know it's distracting for me. People want to know what you're going to do for a job. People want to know what your career path is going to be, just all that. That's what people really want to know. And a lot of the times you don't even have the answers to everybody's questions. You don't really know, like for sure. That's when you hate when people ask the most. But if people have like a set plan, who are like, oh yeah, after college I'm doing this, and this, it's like, oh, okay, you have it all figured out. But I don't think most college students are like that. Most of the time you just wish people would just leave you alone and mind their business and stop asking so many questions. I'm like, you're not my mom, so why do you care so much? My own mom doesn't even ask me these questions. And of course, I get people are just curious and they're bored and they just want to know what's going on in their else's life. But it gets old at some point. It gets old. I think in your early 20s, we all just have like a lot of pressure on us to figure out our whole life, or at least most of our lives, or we just need to have a big elaborate plan for our lives in your early 20s. And if you don't, then people look at you funny. As far as your career, like what are you going to do for your career? How much money are you making in that career? How much longevity do you have in that career? Even sometimes as far as your health, like working out, if you looking a little chunky, somebody in your family gonna point that out. For sure. Or even if you're looking a little small, somebody's gonna point that out too. Like, oh, you need to work out, or oh, you need to put some meat on your bones. And even sometimes as far as dating and marriage, if you're single in your early 20s, sometimes they'll ask, when you gonna get a boyfriend, or when you gonna start dating, or whether we want to start dating right now, or whether we don't want to start dating right now, or whether we want to wait, or when we think we're gonna get married, or when do you think we're gonna be ready to settle down. Questions like that. As far as your living situation, where do you plan on living after college? If you're going to stay home, how long do you plan on staying at home? Do you want to move out? Do you want to get your own place? And if you do get your own place, are you going to live by yourself? Are you going to live with one of your friends? Are you going to live with a roommate? It's a lot. And then, of course, as far as money goes, how much money are you going to make? What are you doing for money? Especially living in California, like money, you got to think about money, because gas prices are almost like $6 at this point. And to live in a one-bedroom apartment that actually looks nice, it's at least like $2,200 a month. So you really got to think about these things a lot in your early 20s. I completely forgot to mention this in the video, but like when you're in your early 20s, you have to start adulting now. So then you have to start thinking about bills and insurance and taxes, paying taxes, what type of insurance you're going to get. Because when you turn 26, you can't be on your parents' self insurance anymore. Then you got to think of life insurance, car insurance, if you're going to start paying your own car note and all that. Like, just bills and money and all that stuff comes with being in your early 20s. and they don't teach you any of that in school. A lot of us in our early 20s feel like we have to have like a set plan, a very detailed laid out plan for all of these areas in our life in our early 20s that we just need to figure out. And then sometimes we go on social media and we'll see these 18, 19, 20-year-olds who are already worth $10 million. And then you feel like, wow, I did something wrong in life. You suddenly feel like you're a million years old and that you just completely did your life in the wrong way and that you're just never gonna make as much money as the people on Instagram. It can really make a lot of us feel like we're not doing enough and that we're doing something wrong and that we're making the wrong decisions. We went down the wrong path. Basically that we're just failing in life. That's what it can make us feel like sometimes. So in your early 20s, there's just a lot of gray area and just a lot of unknowns. It's like a learning curve almost. Like you have to like learn so much about yourself, learn so much about life, and it's so unknown because when you're in your early 20s, a lot of us don't really know what the next step is going to be or where we're going to be in 10 years or what our life is going to look like even a year from now, 2 years from now. So it's like a lot of confusion. Like you have goals for yourself, you have aspirations, you have accomplishments that you actually want to achieve, but you don't know exactly how to do that, or you don't know what's the best way to execute them in order to get them. Definitely in this culture for Gen Z, definitely where grind culture is so prevalent in our society, it makes a lot of people in our early 20s feel like they need to be multi-millionaires by the time they hit 30. It makes them feel like they need to just be working 24/7 or no sleep. And if they do sleep, that means that they're a bum and that they're doing something wrong. If they actually want to just relax and take a nap or go to sleep or not work all day. It can make people feel like if they want to do that, then that means they're doing something wrong and that they're not going to be a millionaire by the time they hit 30. And that just adds even more pressure. And I'm here to say it's okay if you're not a multimillionaire by the time you hit 30. It's okay. It's not that serious. I think the real key to the whole realm of being in your early 20s is to really just take one day at a time. And don't try to rush it because it really, really does go by fast. As cliche as that sounds, I know. I remember 10 years ago when I was 12 years old and I was in the 6th grade. And now I'm a senior in college, about to graduate. Like, it really, really does go by fast. Of course, it's very important to always have goals for ourselves and have goals for our life. And that's amazing. We should always strive to do that. But really the only thing we can do is just try our best as much as possible. Just do our best, because that's really the only thing anybody can do at the end of the day is just try their best and live our lives in the best way that we know how, and just go after the things that bring us joy and that bring us peace and the things that make us happy, the things that make us smile, and just do the things that just makes us feel excited to wake up in the morning. Do that thing. That's the conclusion that we should all come to in our early 20s, I feel like. If you are unsure, you don't know what the next step is, you don't know what your next move is, you don't know where your life is going, ask yourself, what makes me happy? What gets me excited? You know, what brings me joy in my life? And do that thing. And if you don't know what that thing is, then that's where you go into like a experimental phase and just figure out like what it is that you really like. Or really go back into your memory bank in your head and figure out what made you happy as a child. What made you excited as a kid? What did you like doing when you were younger? Maybe you can work off that to figure out what makes you happy. Being in your early 20s can be a very exciting, demanding, challenging, thought-provoking, just really like self-reflective time in all of our lives, I feel like. But I think if we stay focused and we're determined to better ourselves and we're very dedicated to reaching our goals, then we should be good. We should be good. Yeah. There's no way we can fail. No way. Well, actually, let me not say that. I'm learning that it's okay to fail sometimes. You don't need to be great at every single thing you do. You don't need to be the best of the best at every single thing. You would think that that was something that I've known for a long time, considering that I'm bad at a lot of things that I've tried. But yeah, you can't be scared of failure, because failure is where you learn. If you succeed at every single thing you've done in your life, then there's no learning in that. You just got really lucky. There's no learning if you're succeeding at every single thing you do. Failure is not the worst thing in the world. It's okay to embrace failure because that's where all the growth happens. And that's how you learn and gain so much knowledge to do better. I think being in your early 20s is just a time to just have fun, completely figure out yourself, figure out what makes you happy, figure out just what excites you and what direction you will want your life to go in. That's what I think being in your early 20s is about. So that's the end of my video. Hope you guys liked it. So if you're watching this video and you're in your early 20s or you're older than your early 20s. Let me know what your experience was with it down below, or if you're a person in their late teens who's watching this video, let me know what you're looking forward to, or maybe something you're not looking forward to as far as being in your early 20s. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, share the video, and turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. I love you so much. You made it into this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.